Hello everybody, this is Mateo, and welcome to my next Let's Play, Pokemon Crystal. Now some of you may be saying, Mateo, you've done this in the past. Well, I'm doing it again. Pokemon Crystal was my second Let's Play about 2 years ago now. Well, at least when it started. I think it started slightly sooner than this, I'm not entirely sure. It's been a long time. But, yeah, no, not slow, oh god. But yeah, I'm redoing Pokemon Crystal just because when I did it then, way back when, I didn't really pay attention to the commentary game audio levels. So a lot of the time it was really difficult to hear me. And also it was still my start, my commentary was kind of shaky. Although after not doing this for 1 to 2 weeks, I don't know, I might be a little rusty. Whoa, 1 minute! Yeah, so there you go. You know what time this was recorded at, or at least this section of the game. A lot of this was recorded a couple months ago. I'm basically up to part 30 now in terms of stuff I've recorded so far. For whatever reason, I haven't been motivated to record this for a while now. Maybe it's because I got a whole bunch of other games for Christmas and I've been wanting to play those. Like Fire Emblem or something, I don't know. But yeah, I'm thinking that eventually once I start running out of videos on this that are backlogged, I might like force myself to go back into playing this again and finish it up or whatever. So yeah, that's just the thing. It might go on hiatus, I doubt it though, I don't know. We'll see in the future. Anyways, that there's me, named Mateo yet again, the same guy that we traveled with 3 years before in Pokemon Yellow and in Fire Red. A year afterwards, or at least that's how my little story thing is going, quote-unquote. Now, well, check the PC, but there's not a single item in there, which is different. I think this is the only game in the series that doesn't have a potion in the PC, but they do have something to make up for it shortly. But we get a Pokegear, a new item introduced, although it's not really an item, it's a menu option. But with it, you can... Oh, what day is it? It was Saturday. I don't pay attention to that. Oh, it's 10:02 now. Okay. Yes I do, but you will tell me anyways. But yeah, the Pokegear, you can... I almost called it the Pokenav, but that's a different game. But with it, you can check the map once you get a little upgrade to it, which we will get shortly. And you can also use it to call trainers. These trainers will possibly give you various items, or will ask you to battle them, just depending on what trainers there are. And there are certain trainers that you're going to want to get their phone number for if you want to 100% the game, and by that I mean get all the Pokemon, which I will be doing yet again. As per usual with these Pokemon games, I will be getting all 251 Pokemon. Okay, so here's Professor Elm Guy, and he got an email. Isn't technology wonderful? Emails, who would have thought of it? Mr. Pokemon, huh? I wonder if he was born with that name, honestly. And my dog's going crazy, yep, but he's all the way downstairs, don't think you can hear him, shouldn't point him out, whatever. Okay, so we are gonna go, and because it's dangerous to go alone, he's gonna give us some balls, and by that I mean he's gonna give us a Pokemon of our choice. So, we have the choice of Cyndaquil, the Fire-type Pokemon. Up next, this is going so slow, Totodile, the Water-type Pokemon, who I took with me in my first adventure through Johto, but will not be taking again, just because that would be kind of repetitive. And lastly, we have Chikorita, the Grass-type Pokemon, which is the one I shall be taking. I thought about taking Cyndaquil instead. I definitely didn't want to take Totodile. I'm sorry, Totodile, you're probably my favorite of the three, but I didn't want to take you twice in a row. So, I thought about taking Cyndaquil, but I don't know. I feel like a lot of people use Cyndaquil, as well as Cyndaquil is the one that I used the most when I was younger, so I thought, what the heck, I'll try out Chikorita this time around, and thus I am. Also, just choosing the grass starter in general is pretty rare for me. I mean, I used to always pick Charmander in Fire Red, which was my first Pokemon game, and then in Ruby and Emerald, I usually picked Blaziken. There were a couple times that I picked, what's he called? Trico, which evolves into Sceptile. I was thinking it's a Viper for whatever reason. Oh man. Why is the 3rd generation getting fuzzy for me? That's bad. Oh, yep. Random battles, we'll cut them out for a while till we can actually catch Pokemon. But, yeah, and then... So, yeah, I usually picked Blaziken. Sometimes I picked Sceptile, but most of the time Blaziken was my guy. And also I've been leaning towards Mudkip a lot more recently. As for the 4th generation, most of the time I've picked Infernape. I think there was one time I picked Torterra. I've never really picked Piplup ever. I don't know, I don't think he's that great, personally. And then 5th generation, Black and White, I picked Snivy, actually. So I guess that kind of goes against what I said. But then Black and White 2, I picked Pignite. No. Oh god, that's the 2nd evolution. I picked Tepig that time around. So it seems like water types are really the ones that I don't go for. And, I mean, 1st generation, I also never picked Squirtle. Picked Bulbasaur a couple times, but Charizard was the most. So, I guess water types are really my least favorite of the starters, which is weird because I usually always have a water type Pokemon in my team. It's just never the starter. Ah, so that's what the sea is called. I heard of it. And there's a guy over there that's just kind of stranded on an island. I think he gives you the Mystic Water or something, which if you attach to a Pokemon increases its water type attacks by 20% or something. And there we have the map card. So now we can check the map on the Pokegear. See, it was pretty soon. Now in Heart Gold Soul Silver, he gives you the running shoes, which, just by the way, is a heck of a lot more helpful. Just by the way. Also, is it just me, or is the sound getting a little bit desynced? I could have sworn that I ran a little syncy guy on this, but apparently not. Yeah, it's getting a little desynced. Whatever, that's the end of that clip, so... Yeah, my recorder is kind of weird, where if it goes above 2 gigabytes, the file crashes, and I can't use it. So I have to record in, like, 5 to 7 minute segments, and then make a new recording. So yeah, although it should be mostly seamless here. For the most part, unless we go into a montage of catching Pokemon or whatever. Excuse me. Oh, he gave me a berry. Speaking of berries, the starter Pokemon that you pick actually comes attached with a berry. In this game, Pokemon can hold items. And, well, your starter Pokemon is holding a berry, which will heal 10 health automatically once they fall below a certain percentage. Which I think is like 50% or something like that. Somebody's gonna correct me, I'm sure. But that's what makes up for the lack of a potion in the PC. I like how they actually put the music right there for those two Pokemon and their battle right there. Okay, well we can't pass that way yet, but we really don't want to because Mr. Pokemon is not in that direction. If I could stop running into Pokemon, that'd be great. Nah, that's already started. Oh well, here we go, Mr. Top Hat Man. And there's another guy right there, and he's entirely brown. Okay, then. Well, we got the Mystery Egg, which is an egg. Another thing that was added into this game was the ability for Pokemon to have eggs. And, well, once you put 2 Pokemon into a thing called a daycare, we'll see that a while later. But if you put 2 Pokemon in the daycare, and if they're compatible and of different genders, you could get an egg, and that would hatch into the baby or first form of the female Pokemon, and then you can just train it like a regular Pokemon. So it's very nice. We're going to be using that a couple times to get a couple certain Pokemon. And Professor Oak over here is going to give us the Pokedex. A high-tech encyclopedia. Yeah, way to go, me. That's great. Okay, so he's going to go to Goldenrod, and we will never see him again for a long time. Okay, we should have some rest, huh? Well, we are resting now in your house. Sure, why not? What, did we rest on those computer cables or something? Hello, Professor Elm. Look at that, the call feature in use. We won't see it that often, I hope. Certainly no kid talking about his top percent Rattata, right? Hopefully? Okay, well, that haunting memory aside, let's just head on back down to our hometown. I really do not remember the names of the towns in this game. I have no idea why. It might be because along with 4th generation, this is the game that I played the least out of all of them. That's probably it. So, I just can't remember the names of the towns, even Newbark Town. There we go, got it. Newbark Town, that's the town that you start at. Okay, then let's quickly give Chikorita another berry because she used it in a random battle with a wild Pokemon, and the berry would be very helpful for what's about to happen right here. It's that red-haired boy from before. Pretty sure I talked to him. I'm incredibly sure I talked to him. It's kind of like just a habit. You have to talk to him every single time you start a new game and you see him by the lab. Just to see him kick you out. Or whatever. Yeah, here we go. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Sent out Cyndaquil. No matter what, he will have the Pokemon that is super effective to yours at level 5. So if you started out with Cyndaquil, he would have Totodile, and if you started out with Totodile, he would have Chikorita, which honestly doesn't really fit him that well. I mean, he's like the bad guy or whatever in a way, and yet he has this giant flower dinosaur thing. So, I mean, it really fits him a lot less than Typhlosion or Feraligatr do, which is another reason that I didn't want to go for Totodile again, just because I wanted to have a Pokemon for him that fit him more, looked more evil, quote-unquote. Although Pokemon can't be evil according to the anime, but eh. Okay. Oh, his name's question mark, question mark, question mark? Alright then, I'll be sure to remember that. And he kicks me and runs off. Yep. So let's head back to Newbark Town. Apparently we couldn't stop the thief. Might as well tell Professor Elm about the egg. Maybe that'll make him feel better. I mean, the Pokemon that he stole is probably just gonna sit on the table anyways. Definitely not gonna be given to me. I mean, the other one's gonna be sitting on the table for the rest of its life. Seriously. Why can't the guy just give you all 3 of them? I mean, it makes sense every single other time. Well, especially in Black and White, where you have 2 rivals, and so all 3 starters are taken. But then, why doesn't Elm give you the second Pokemon on the table there? I mean, it's just gonna sit there. Same with pretty much every other Pokemon game. You know, why doesn't anybody claim that Pokeball? Well, he said his name is question mark, question mark, question mark, so that's the name that we're gonna go with. Aren't I clever? I can't wait for Gen 3 when I don't have to worry about nicknaming these rivals. Because I suck at naming things, that's why I usually don't name my Pokemon. Yes, it is a Pokemon egg. Pokemon can have eggs. Wow, he was really surprised by this. But seriously though, give me that Pokeball on your table there. I mean, it's just gonna sit there. They didn't even program it to have it disappear after, like, the 3rd gym or whatever to imply, oh hey, somebody else took it. Nope, just gonna sit there for the rest of its existence. Poor Totodile. Don't worry, you had a friend in me 2 years ago. Okay, and we finally get Pokeballs. We can finally catch Pokemon. And luckily, this time around, we didn't run into a shiny before being able to catch it. Yeah, like last time. Still sad I couldn't get that on camera because I didn't know about that whole file thing in 2 gigabytes. And the file was corrupted, couldn't use it, and it was just sadness. It would have been so funny. But, next time, we will continue our journey, having started it, with Chikorita and maybe some more friends.